All right guys, we're getting ready to change the spark plugs on the ZX-14. Should be easy, right? Don't even crack open that first beer. Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today we're going to be replacing the spark plugs on our 2017 Kawasaki ZX-14R. And yes, we are going with the recommended iridium spark plugs. And yes, I know they're extremely expensive. But trust me, you don't want to go through this much hassle and not put in the correct plugs. So just make sure, don't cheap out. Go ahead and get the correct stuff like we're using here. So let's dive into it. All right guys, just a quick overview. We need to remove what they call the mid fairing. The mid fairing is basically all of this. So to get to that, we have to move the side covers, the tank cover, the inner covers up top, and that's gonna expose a bunch of different nuts and bolts we need to get to drop all this out of the way so we can get all the way in there to get to the spark plugs themselves after we remove the air switch as well. As you're removing all these different nuts and bolts, take note of the different lengths and lay them out accordingly. Otherwise, if you bunch everything together, good luck on putting everything back where it came from. Now, I've only done this like 5 times now for this video series, so I'm getting at least average at it now. Do this without dropping it. There we go. Looks strange now, doesn't it? So let's get in here and remove this air switch valve. Now, the scary thing is, guys, that's all we're going to remove. From here on out, we have to actually work in that space. It's going to be fun. Let's get that bracket out of the way. That'll give us a little bit more room to work. World's better. All right, guys, let's go. Number 4 is the easiest to reach. You just start with unplugging the ignition coil. Nice little satisfying click. Pull back. Break it loose a little bit. Do this without breaking it, preferably. And then pull it out. Ooh, I think we had a little water trying to get down there. When we go to put this back in, we'll clean it up with some silicone spray, which does 2 things. 1, it cleans it up. 2, it'll make it easier to pop it back down in there. Now, to get to the spark plugs, I'm using a technique of just dropping the spark plug socket down the hole first. Then going in with a short extension, and at that point I can connect my ratchet onto it and start removing the plug. Make sure you've got the plug completely free before you start trying to extract it. Then we pull everything out one at a time. Now this one seems to be running very rich, and I think I know why. If you go reference the air filter on this one, it was pretty much stopped up, so it was not flowing enough air. So chances are that was the result. So yes, this needed to be done. Now, typically, one of these would do a better job of holding in the spark plug, but this one's missing that little rubber O-ring in there to hold it in place. I just don't want to drop it in there and mess with the gap. So we're gonna put it in a bit of an angle, then drop it in. All right, we're going to take this to 13 Newton meters. All right, guys, spoiler alert. Right now I'm using this little short extension. Don't do that. Kick it out. Use a swivel with tape wrapped around it in its place. As you will see by the time we get to spark plug number 3, this setup works a lot better. Now, get the coil cleaned back up and reinstalled. Make sure it is completely seated, then plug it in. That's the one all the way to the outside, the easiest one, and it wasn't really that easy. It's the same procedure for 3 and 2. Get to 2, 3, and 4 on this side, but you'll need to go to the other side to reach number 1. Now guys, I get it. I'm doing this a little bit the hard way, using a combination of magnets and really long pliers, and Kawasaki does make a nice little tool that will fit in there. I don't have that with me right now, and I bet you don't either, so I'm just showing you that this is possible using just regular sockets and extensions and maybe a couple of magnets. So let's keep going. Are we having fun yet? For the final plug, which is number 1, all you have to do is get this bracket out of the way to give yourself a little bit more room to work. And hopefully this will be just about as easy as that first one we did. Some people go as far as to remove the top cable from the throttle assembly, but it's not entirely necessary. Now with that disconnected, guys, we're going to pry up under here, but you've got to be really careful. So with this one, I'm able to show you what I was doing on the other side. It's better if you pry on the ignition coil right here on this square edge and not out on the outside of the socket. You want to get as close to the coil as you possibly can. It's nice to finish up on an easy one. Last one going in. 13 Newton meters. I'm doing this several times because I want it to compress the gasket. Yep. Let's get our last coil stick popped in there. There we go. Get her plugged back in. Now at this point, get our air switch plugged back in. Before we put all of this back together, let's start it up and just make sure that we've got everything in there right and everything's connected up. Well, all right, guys, other than having to install a bunch of plastics, we're pretty much wrapped up with this one. Now, you did notice that I chose not to use any anti-seize on the spark plugs because of the environment that this machine's in. I'm not really worried about it. But if you did live on the coast where you've got a bunch of dense, moist, salty air, you may want to consider using it and then adjust your torque just a little bit. I'd go a little bit higher to maybe 15 Newton meters to make sure that they don't go anywhere. All right, guys. Well, if you need these parts or any other parts for your machine, why don't you come see us at Partzilla.com and we can get you taken care of. If you have any questions or comments about this video, leave them in the section below and I'll do my best to answer them. Why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell. That way you can keep up with whatever I'm working on next. We just want to say thank you for shopping here with us at Partzilla. We will see you in the next video.